All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, gentlemen. Engine Notes from Underground here, bringing you a review of the Ivan's Performance Tune on the 2010 Kawasaki Z1000. We got an airplane coming in. I'm gonna raise my speaking volume a little bit. So anyways, yeah, we got about 4,500, 5,000 miles on the bike now since I put the header on into the tune. The tune is pretty freaking solid. It has basically completely revolutionized the bike, completely changed the bike. It's so much smoother, yet so much faster. It maybe doesn't snap quite as hard as it used to, but part of that is just, the effect of smoothing it out. It's still got a crazy amount of torque in any gear and all of that. We'll get into that in a minute. As you can see, I got the old 79 Yamaha. That's not the old Honda. This is the 79 XS750. Had it out for a good hour today. They got this bike. This bike had sat on its side stand for 40 years. We got it running. It's still got less than 4,000 miles on it. The old Honda is over there. I've been using that to ferry me back and forth to the gym at night. We got the review coming out on this Cortec Apex suit. It's a budget suit. I've got a Dionysi, was it an Asin or something like that? Asin 2, I'm gonna compare it to. I don't even wear the Dionysi. I actually wear this thing more often. That's how good this thing is. Got a new video coming out on this thing. This thing's kind of, won me over a little bit, even though it's a Harley. We got the drag specialty shocks and shit. But that's not what this is about. This is about the Ivan's Performance Flash Tune on a 2010 Kawasaki Z1000. And this applies to any 3rd gen, 4th gen Z1000 or the Ninja1000, basically up to 2016, 2017. I don't think Ivan has a tune for the later models yet, but he might be working on one. That's something to call him about and ask. So yeah, one of the big things about all these modern bikes, even the cable throttle ones, is the feeling being a little sharp sometimes because the bikes run a little lean, right? And once you put a pipe on it, it gets screwed all to hell. So having, at least a power commander on there is kind of necessary. Now, if you ask me my opinion, I've had a power commander on here. You're just, you're spending money twice. There's no point in getting it. Just get the flash tune if there's a reputable tuner around. I know I mentioned or did a video about how, difficult or not difficult it is to get the ECU out of these bikes. It's a little different on the Ninja 1000s, but it's largely the same. Doing the work on the pipe was pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot to do. You just got to shift the radiator forward a little bit and take all your lower panels off. But yeah, enough of that. You guys want to know how it rides. I'm going to try at the end and cut in a little clip of how it sounds under acceleration. My buddy is terrible with the camera. Here comes worse than me. Here comes a plane. A lot worse than me. So yeah, he didn't even almost catch me on video at all, but you'll definitely hear the bike in the clip running up near, the top of the RPM range. The thing sounds great. I'll start it up. It's a little cold right now. I'll start it up and let you hear it a little bit idle. It sounds a lot better. The full header with no baffles in here. Just to show you, no baffle. It's got a really good bassy note. It's not super loud like a leader bike with a GP pipe or a 600 with a GP pipe. It's still streetable, but when you crank that wrist a little more, it talks to you now. You hear it. And I got the airbox mod done, which you kind of need. It runs a little rich without that. Ivan will supply you the details on how to do the airbox mod. I'm not going to release his proprietary information here. It's pretty simple to do. Anybody can do it. If you can get the airbox off the bike, you can do the airbox mod. It's not very hard to do. But, yeah. So, all that's done. I got the block off plates on there and all that. And, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm jumping around here a little bit. But it has completely changed the way that this bike runs. I mean, it is so much faster in every gear. Whereas before, it would power wheelie first, it would sort of power wheelie second if you caught it at the right time and you got on it the right way. Now, it'll pull it up in third. I mean, like, readily, it'll pull it up in third on power. And it accelerates so much quicker. Also, these bikes, anybody who rides them knows, you know, stock especially, they're really quick up to like 120, 125, 130. And then they start slowing down in their acceleration, you know. Now in sixth gear, near the top of its RPM range, it just keeps pulling all the way to redline. And I was riding down in Mexico with this guy in a Busa, and this thing was actually chasing the Busa, at least until it hit redline. So it's pretty good, you know. Ivan, you know, his dyno charts show 146 horse and like 87 torque to the wheel. And the jump in torque is the whole way across the rev range. The horsepower doesn't taper off on the top anymore. And these are all things that you feel. This thing definitely has a lot more torque. It sounds so mean going down the road. It doesn't sound whiny with this dual acro system. It doesn't sound, you know, high pitched or annoying. I mean, it doesn't even drone that badly, especially going down the highway. It gets into like a nice spot where it's kind of clean running, you know. It doesn't drone or blah 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 blah. It just sort of, you know. But when you get on it, it'll definitely come to life. And again, like I'm saying, I'm gonna try and cut in that clip of this bike running up near the red line, and yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy that. As far as something like fuel mileage goes, it's maybe a little bit worse around town, and when you get on it, you know, it definitely burns a little bit more fuel. But you know, when you're rev matching every gear, and you know, you're running light to light and stuff like that, or you're getting on the highway and you're kind of having fun with it. But if you're just cruising on the back road and you're worried about, like, you know, well, I like touring on the bike and I like running from, you know, point to point out in the rural areas, and I don't really max the bike out the whole way, it's not too bad. It's still doing about 40 miles per gallon US, somewhere around there. I haven't really bothered to calculate it because it seemed like it hasn't changed that much, unless I'm running it hard, you know. And then I can see it's drinking a little fuel, but then it always sort of did that, you know. It's a powerful motor. And like I said, now with 146 horse, you know, a manufacturer might call that 160, you know. I mean, that's potent. It's ready for a 16-tooth sprocket, a 16-tooth sprocket, which I have. It's ready for a new rear shock, which I don't have. But yeah, no, the bike runs great. I mean, honestly, it leaves you wanting for nothing in the power department, or in the sound department. The thing will keep up with anything. Ivan did a great job on the tune. It's smooth the whole way across, smoother than it's ever been. And I mean, it doesn't miss at all. Maybe on cold starts it's a little bit rich, but you know, it's cold. What do you expect? I'll give you a little, you know, clip of how it sounds idle in here. I'll give it a little rev. Like I said, I have a clip I'm going to try to work in, as you guys are aware by now. Sure. I haven't really warmed the bike up very much. Boy, does it sound mean. I just bumped it there. Sorry. Yeah. So, that's what I think about it. If you've got a Ninja1000, you've got a Z1000, or really any bike that Ivan tunes, I'd recommend him. He knows what he's doing. He didn't tune in a bunch of flat spots or mess up my bike in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I'd recommend him. And that's about all there is on the Flash. So, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the video on the suit and the suit comparisons. Stay tuned on the video that's going to be coming out for this. I'm getting a GoPro finally, so we can do some more riding stuff. And yeah, the video for this thing too. So stay tuned for all of that. Or don't, you know. If you don't, I'll probably cry, but yeah. Okay, anyways. Yeah, tune your bike, man. It runs a lot better, especially with the full pipe. I've literally gained like 25 horsepower at the wheel, and that's a lot. So here's a small clip coming up of my buddy filming me running it down the road one night next to, you know, someplace in Mexico. Yeah, check it out. Peace.